So last week I got an email about a game called Over the Top that claimed it might even be better than Battlefield 1. And that if you liked Battlefield 1, this game definitely is for you. Now, I thought, wow, that's a bold statement, comparing your game with one of the best FPS titles ever made. So I was instantly hooked because I love Battlefield 1, you guys all know that. And having another game set in World War I with this atmosphere and gameplay, that would be amazing. And then I learned that this game had a playtest going on over the weekend, so I jumped right on and checked it out. And my expectation was... But what I got instead was... So this is Over the Top, a new World War I game developed by a small indie studio with only 4 developers, and I spent about 2 hours in that playtest, and I gotta be honest, that first impression was not good. It didn't look good. It didn't give me that World War I vibe with these high contrast colors, at least not in the same way that Isonzo or Battlefield 1 does. It felt clunky, but I gotta admit that I had played Black Ops 6 before, so it was of course an absolute day and night difference in movement between these two games, and it might have made it feel a lot more clunky than it actually was. But I also didn't feel like the gunplay was really on point, which is a very important point in a shooter game. And I'm also not a fan of the third-person perspective in these kind of games, so that was my first impression, and it was like, nah. But, and that's a huge but, almost as big as mine, I kept playing because I always like to give these small games and indie studios a chance. And it did really surprise me in ways I didn't expect. First of all, it has a level editor that really allows you to build your own World War I maps with everything. Place the objectives, place cover, place sandbag walls, move the objectives around. Whatever you thought was strange in maps of Battlefield 1 or Isonzo, you can try to make it better here. So that was definitely really cool and absolutely unexpected. And then while playing with the engineer class, because the game is actually closer to Isonzo than Battlefield in its gameplay mechanics and also when it comes to weapons and classes. However, when I played as engineer, I found that you can freely dig trenches and holes everywhere on the map. And that was such a cool feature because it gives you the opportunity to develop your own strategy and to have some team play that you cannot have in the other World War I games. You can also place structures and reinforcements wherever they are necessary instead of on predefined spots like it was in Battlefield 5. But I think Isonzo has this as well, and I know Enlisted has this, so that's not really something that makes this game unique. But Over the Top also has a decent amount of destruction and reaction of the environment to your actions. And then I was wondering why these developers or publishers, I don't know exactly who sent me the mail, why they go out trying to bait people saying that this game might be better than Battlefield 1, especially since its core gameplay mechanics are more like Isonzo. They have similar classes, they have similar weapons, the look and feel of the game is similar to Isonzo, even though Isonzo is more polished, of course. So I'm wondering, why do they not focus on what makes their game truly unique, which is this sandbox aspect and the freedom players have to create their own World War I experience, but instead they're trying to compare themselves with one of the best shooters ever made. That's as if I would say, I am as strong as Hulk. Of course I'm not, but I don't have to be, and that's the whole point. I have other skills and strengths, and this game has other good points as well, but comparing it to Battlefield 1 makes it look incredibly weak. Weaker than it actually is. But it doesn't have to be. Just use the strength of your game and build upon it, improve the graphics, lighting, movement and so on, polish it, and maybe at a first-person perspective, because I think it works a lot better in these kind of games. And most importantly, use this free sandbox mechanic as unique selling point, and not a comparison that doesn't even make any sense. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to make fun of the game or I don't want to destroy it or anything, because I do respect those small indie devs that are trying to create something different, something that you might not see in every AAA game. But I think feedback is especially important here, even though it might be a little bit harder to digest. So I will definitely keep an eye on this game and see if it improves and how it improves, and maybe give you an update on it. If you want to check out the game for yourself, you can find a link to it in the description below. And if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, comment below as usual, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Until then, thanks for watching. I'm the Catwoman, and you are awesome.